Hey guys, it's Kay from KS Anonymous, and I am back today with our final video in our Halloween week. Happy Halloween, by the way. To end the week and celebrate Halloween or whatever we're doing here. I thought we would check out r/ShortScaryStories. Hand over your candy, my mother told me after we got back from trick-or-treating. I reluctantly handed over my sack of candy. The whole neighborhood was in panic mode this year after what happened last year. The memory had all but faded until Halloween was upon us this year. "We need to be careful after what happened to Michael last year," she said. "I know, Mom," I replied. "I still can't believe that something like that happened in our little town," she said as she was inspecting piece after piece. I wasn't that worried about what happened last year. After all, Michael was the class bully, and after the initial shock wore off, no one in my class really missed him at all. Every year, since I can remember, he had set up a candy tax for everyone in our grade. If you didn't pay up and give him 10 of your best candy bars, he made your life a living hell. Accidentally spilling milk all over your homework assignments, tripping you in line, and other ways just to make your life suck. The whole class was all excited for our first year without the candy tax. That is, until Dylan told us that now he was going to be collecting the tax. Tommy had told him that nobody was going to pay it to him. Now Tommy is in the hospital with a broken arm. Dylan claimed that he didn't mean to push him down the hill, but the whole class knows what happened. I could feel my pocket vibrate, and that's when I saw the text from Dylan. "Don't forget my candy tomorrow," is what it said. It looks like he sent it to everyone in our class who had a phone. My mom had just finished inspecting my candy and handed it back to me. "Okay, hun," she said with a smile as she handed my candy back to me. "Your candy all looks good. You can have a piece or two, but then we need to get ready for bed." "Okay, Mom," I said as I grabbed my candy from her and kissed her cheek. "I'm going to get ready for bed and I'll have one." I took my candy from my mom and went upstairs to my room. I changed out of my costume and started sorting through my candy to figure out which pieces I was going to use for the candy tax. After I picked out 10 pieces, I put the rest of the candy back in the bag. I really hope that Dylan is as dumb as Michael was, I thought to myself as I slid a razor blade into the big Tootsie Roll that I had selected for Dylan. Well, that took a turn. So, I guess they decided that they didn't like sharing candy. Forced sharing of candy, so they just, murdered somebody. That's great! Oh, yikes. Honestly, though, I was kind of expecting it to be the mom for some reason. I don't know why. When you drop something, close your eyes. There's probably been moments where you've dropped something and it seemed to fall out of existence. Those extra socks, the ping pong ball that rolled under the sofa, even that $5 you swore you just set down a few minutes ago. A few days ago, I dropped a glass of water as I was carrying it in from the kitchen. I knew the shatter would be loud and sharp. I could only imagine the splintering of glass as it hit the cold floor. My toes would feel wet with water and perhaps blood if a shard hits me. Half a second passed, but when the glass hit the floor, there was nothing. The ground was dry and the glass gone. I glanced around the floor and under the kitchen table, but it was completely missing. I even looked at the dog to see if she had caught the glass, but she was in her mid-morning snooze by the window, unfazed. My curiosity got the better of me. I grabbed another glass, one of the same kind as before, and filled it with water. I went to the same spot and dropped the glass, expecting it to shatter like the first one hadn't. And it did. It shattered loudly, shards of glass diverging in patterns that would be considered pretty had it not been painful. My toes got cut and the water forced the blood to run quicker from the tiny wounds. The poor dog ran off to the bedroom, startled awake. Has something like this ever happened to you? You've just set something down and it suddenly seemed gone for good? Perhaps it's another dimension, or maybe a gate to hell opening for a slight moment. And maybe it's something we're not meant to witness. Ever since I've seen it happen, things have started disappearing. It started with my phone, then my keys. Then my microwave was gone on Wednesday. On Friday morning, I pet my dog goodbye, and by the evening, I was frantically searching for her, knowing she was gone. My apartment has started to become bare. I've started to run out of things. Every time I look away, something else is gone. By the time I finish typing this, I know my room will have become nothing more than 4 walls. I'm holding a compact mirror, and I plan to stare at the computer for as long as I can. I don't know where I'm going to end up when I blink out of existence, but I know now what happened to all the missing people in the world. Well, if you ever thought that there's something eating all of your mismatched socks or whatever in your washer dryer area, that's just actually where all the missing things disappear into nowhere. So I guess now we all gotta blink. Close your eyes when you drop something so you don't disappear into another dimension. Okay, guys? Okay. I'm the cook. Hey, Jane and I were thinking of getting the team together to grab drinks after work. Wanna join? I looked away from my computer at Kevin, a software engineer on my team. Hey, Kev. Yeah, I can probably make it. Sounds good. We were thinking about trying out that new... Kevin droned on about the cocktails at some fancy new foo-foo place for millennials, where the beers were all craft and cost at least $8 each. I sat there pretending to listen, but actually just working out in my head whether or not I could actually go. I don't think my boyfriend would like it if I went. I'd end up getting home pretty late, probably. That would be bad news. He definitely wouldn't want me out too late. Luckily, I've been known to commit to happy hour then flake out at the last second, so I'm sure my team wouldn't be shocked if I did that again. Yeah, I'll just flake. That's a good idea. 5 o'clock rolled around, and my team was packing up for the day. Jane walked over to my desk. Hey, you still coming? She asked me expectantly. I felt bad. She was my best friend at work, and I always bailed on happy hours with her. But I knew my boyfriend really would not want me to stay out any later than I needed to for work. Sorry, Jane. I know I always do this, but, you know, Ben doesn't cook. If I don't make dinner, he probably won't eat, I said, a little nervously, hoping she wouldn't pick up on my anxiousness. Jane paused and looked at me seriously. Uh-oh, I guess she did. You know, if you ever need to talk about anything, you can. Anything. Jane! I know. Thank you. You're amazing. I'm good, though. Go enjoy the happy hour, and I'll see you tomorrow. I felt guilty withholding the truth from her. She thought she knew what was up, but she really had no idea of the crap that awaited me at home. I drove home, a sense of dread growing in my stomach every second. How the heck did I get myself into this situation? How did I let it get this bad? I shook off the existential questions as I pulled into the driveway. I saw Ben's car in the garage. It was a good thing I didn't stay for happy hour. He was definitely waiting on me to make dinner. I hated to see him upset. I'm home, I yelled as I walked in the door. No response, as per usual. I set my purse down and headed for the basement. Ben was down there. I knew. Hello, I whispered as I opened the door. I crept down the stairs, and there sat Ben, heavily chained up to his favorite armchair, where he'd been for the last 6 months. I wasn't kidding when I said he wouldn't eat if I didn't make dinner. Well, that took a turn. That's very... I like it when people are capable of making you think you know what's going on. Like you think that Ben basically is the bad guy in this situation. Maybe she's in a bad relationship. And then you find out she's just a maniac who has her boyfriend or whatever locked in the basement. So there you go. Holy crap. Happy Halloween. If you do get candy, please check it for all the reasons, especially from our first story in today's episode. I hope that you are going to have a happy and a safe Halloween and sign out of October on a good note, on a happy note. And thank you for watching and listening, or whatever you do with this video. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and drop a like. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Real quick, I would like to thank my patrons. On the screen, you should see my face palmers and my crazy K's. Thank you so much for supporting me in this way, and I will talk to you all in my next video. Bye!